Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Bro, what is this fight? Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Seriously, man? Fans have been patient, loyal, and calling for real matchups. And the one guy who really earned it, Roach, has been waiting for his rematch like he's stuck in the DMV line.
Roach reacted to this news by calling Gervonta Davis a duck, while Ryan Garcia said that the WWE influence has officially spilled over the boxing industry.
And what do we get instead? Tank versus Paul. Man, seriously. Fox just sold us a circus ticket when we were expecting front row seats to history. The crazy part? I still don't get how Jake Paul made this happen. Did he just tell Tank, "Yo, I'll hand you a Netflix payday big enough to fund your retirement tour"? And Tank probably just nodded, thinking, legacy can wait.
He is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100.
Instead of giving Roach a rematch, he's running straight to Jake's cash. Forget belts, forget history. Tank looked at that check and saw palm trees and early vacations. Jake isn't selling a fight. He's offering a retirement package with extra perks. And the wild part? Tank actually signed it like he was handing in his 2-week notice. Is boxing really all about money now? Even top fighters like Davis falling for the payday trap has the sport looking a little ridiculous.
So much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy he's ever fought. There's one problem. He fights at 135.
Jake looks desperate, chasing approval from real fighters, while Tank looks greedy, avoiding true competition. Fans wanted a real fight, but we got fireworks from Party City. It's like skipping Thanksgiving dinner just to eat microwave noodles. Boxing is supposed to be about legacy, belts, and greatness, but lately it feels more about contracts, clout, and clickbait.
He's not interested in chasing greatness. Not everyone is like that. What he's interested in is money. And I don't think any of us should judge in that respect. Like, the bottom line is until you're put in that position, what would you do? Would you really turn down 30 million just because someone said that I should be chasing legs?
And after all the hype about Tank versus Jake Paul, we both know who's sitting in the corner thinking, yo, what about me? Lamont Roach Jr. has been waiting for that rematch like he's got a number at the DMV. But instead of Tank making that fight happen, he's out here booking a Netflix payday with Jake Paul. Roach was honest in his interview, straight up saying, the rematch doesn't even look like it's happening. That's wild.
Well, first off, the rematch, yes, it don't look like it's happening. As far as my future, man, we moving on. We can't just sit around and drag our feet. I mean, like I said, we're not going to sit and wait. I think their best bet is to, try to structure something.
Imagine pushing a world champ to the edge, the whole boxing world shouting for a rematch, and the answer you get is Tank versus YouTube highlight reels. If I were Roach, I'd feel like boxing just left me on red. From the way Roach talked, you could hear the frustration. Man, we're not just going to sit and drag our feet. He even admitted Tank's team hasn't mentioned a single word about making the fight, which makes it feel like Tank already packed his bags.
So, that's what it is, and that's what it's looking like. Again, we still haven't heard from his camp, like, specifically when it comes to the business. So, it is what it is.
Instead, Tank's looking at Jake like Netflix just handed him a coupon code. Even Shakur threw Jake a little compliment, saying he's improved and might be a champ one day. Bro, that's like telling your uncle who plays pickup at the Y that he could get drafted to the NBA. Respectfully, not happening. But that's Shakur's style. Cool, calculated, throwing shade with a straight face. Bottom line, Shakur made it clear, Tank chasing Jake is just a money move. Tank versus Shakur, now that's a fight the fans, the boxing world, and everyone else would actually line up to see.
Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me.
So after Shakur stayed cool, Eddie Hearn stepped in sounding like the professor of boxing economics, and we all heard him. He said this Tank versus Jake Paul matchup isn't even real boxing. Exhibition rules, 14-ounce gloves, weight classes all messed up like a video game glitch. Jake's walking around at 210 while Tank barely hits 135. That's not a fight, that's a magic trick. Eddie even admitted he hates these circus matches.
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
There's a huge size advantage, though.
it is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously.
But then Eddie flipped it and said, well, if someone waved 30 million at you instead of 7, what would you do? And he's not wrong. We'd probably all be on the first flight to Netflix with gloves in the carry-on. The problem is Tank used to be about fights and legacy. Now it feels like he's clocking in for a celebrity payday. And when Eddie mentioned that Tank might already be half checked out, that hit hard. Fans wanted him focused on Lamont Roach, and instead we're watching him prep for JakePaul.
Gervonta Davis, and you're being offered 20, 30, 40 million, whatever the number is, and you're getting 7 or 8 to fight Lamont Roach in a 50-50, what are you going to do? I mean, maybe the kid's half checked out of the game anyway.
The man who sells more pay-per-views than he actually throws real combinations. That's not a super fight. That's a side quest with a giant payday attached. Eddie kept it businesslike, but Tim Bradley Jr. chimed in saying, forget the business. This is straight circus. And he's not wrong. He compared it to Bigfoot versus Littlefoot, Andre the Giant versus Wee Man. That's the kind of size mismatch coming to Netflix. You and me, everyone knows it's wild when a Hall of Famer calls it a circus before the first punch even lands.
These exhibitions, I hate these 14-ounce gloves. I don't know what it's going to be, but like, you know, you now got Jake, who's a 210, 220 pounder fighting a 135 pounder.
Bradley went after Jake for being 200 plus pounds while fighting a 135 pounder, then turned the heat on Tank, saying this is just a late career money move. He even called out PBC, claiming they lost Canelo, so now JakePaul's the savior. That's not a fight announcement, it's an episode of Shark Tank. Imagine Jake walking in with his YouTube beard acting as extra chin protection. Like Bradley joked, it's basically Jake selling beard insurance with every hook.
Super duper weird looking at freaking Gervonta Davis and having JakePaul coming in there 40 pounds, 50 pounds heavier than him. Man, this don't make no sense.
But the funniest part? Bradley admitted he's still going to watch. That's what makes it so wild. He roasted the fight, called it weird, dangerous, even said Tank might be checked out, but in the end he said, oh, I'll be watching. Netflix got me. That's the vibe right now. We can clown it, we can hate it, but when the circus tent goes up, we're all peeking inside. So here we are, boxing fans, lining up for history and getting handed circus popcorn instead. Tank versus JakePaul isn't the fight we wanted, but it's the one we're all going to watch anyway. It's wild, messy, all about money over legacy. And whether we love it or hate it, we'll tune in just to see if Tank retires with the bag or if Jake's beard really doubles as championship-level chin insurance.
End of it. He just trying to get this money and he trying to sell off. He trying to go buy his own damn island. That's what he want to do. He want to be by himself with his kids. He don't want to be around no women, nobody. He want to be chilling by himself with his kids, hanging out, singing Kumbaya songs.
Either way, the sport is looking wild right now, and that's exactly why none of us can look away. Drop your thoughts on this whole Davis versus Paul circus in the comments. I want to know if you're buying popcorn or skipping it. And don't forget to subscribe to Boxing Headquarters, because if you don't, I might just send Tank Davis to your living room for a surprise sparring session. And just when the situation couldn't get any messier, Shakur Stevenson stepped in with, forget that. Fight me instead. That's the matchup boxing has been starving for. Roach deserved his rematch, no doubt, but Tank versus Shakur? That's legacy written in bold.
Oh yeah, is it a payday? Hell yeah, it's a payday. Ooh, it's a payday out of this world. Man, Tank Davis he's saving PBC. You know PBC ain't getting no money from Amazon.
Roach knows he's not the so-called cash cow, he's chasing greatness, not clout. When asked if Tank even wants the fight, Roach didn't hesitate, saying straight up,